Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth. Alright, salutations to the Akim who are teaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and blessings to the elect and the remnant of Israelites who are scattered worldwide, who are predestined to be saved. This is Brother Yakao. I'm coming with a very short lesson. Alright, and I'm just piggybacking off the last lesson I did, was about controlled opposition. Alright, where basically you fund both sides of a conflict, both sides of an ideology. Alright, clash together, made them clash together, but you control the outcome. Alright, and if they've been doing that with war and geopolitics and movements in the world, they are definitely, and we got proof of that, they're doing that when it comes to this truth. There's a lot of Israelite groups that their leadership have sold out. Some of their members know, some of them don't. Some of them are just blinded, etc. And because this awakening is who we are, so it's the biggest truth that is just, so precious. So Esau is going to do many things to help destroy and conceal the truth. And he used this puppet over here, alright, Martin Luther King, and he's in the scriptures, alright, I'm going to show you that. And he was nothing but controlled opposition, alright, he wasn't working for the betterment of his people. Alright, now let's get an article here on controlled opposition. This is on themedium.com, controlled opposition, alright. Alright, controlled opposition is a technique of playing two seemingly opposing sides against each other to achieve a desired outcome. Alright, this is also known as the Hegelian dialectic. Alright, and this is first of all, it goes back to ancient Greece, this philosophy, but in this period that we're in, alright, where it tells you in Revelations, that chapter 20, where it says the devil and Satan will be bound for 1,000 years. That was us ruling in the Middle Ages, and we ruled for 1,000 years plus. Really, if you start the date of 325 AD with the Constantine, the Council of Nicaea, that was us in power. Alright, but we started to go out of power in the 1300s. Really after the pandemic we had in 1348 in Europe, alright, which is known as the Black Death. And they call it that because it was only killing Israelites in Europe, and all the Israelites are black, alright, okay? And that gets a lot of people mad, but so what, alright? And in that period of time, they call that period, after the pandemic we had in 1348, it lasted 7 years, alright? That was us starting to go down and Edomites, so-called whites, going up. That's why they call that period the Renaissance period, rebirth of them coming back into power. Alright, and one of the things they used was, alright, the Hegelian dialectic, when they consolidated their power, alright, in Europe. And I'm going to give you examples of how they used it. Alright, or artificial conflict resolution. If a manipulator can control the conflict, he can also control the outcome. So that's very plain, and as you see from the picture, they control both sides. Alright, now this relates to that sellout Martin Luther King. Alright, but this is another article. This is on IREB, www.ireb publications, and it's entitled Bankers and Warmongers. Alright, okay, let's see now. And this is about the Rothschild family, and it's very important that I'm talking about the Rothschild family, because when you look at this picture here, alright, this is Martin Luther King, alright, and who is he with? Getting an award, alright, a man called Rabbi Jacob M. Rothschild. And they're the richest family on the planet Earth. Currently, they're worth about 500 trillion. all right, and every central bank in the world, they basically, them or their affiliate branches of their family and cabal, the banking families, they own every central bank in the world, all right, other than a few countries like Cuba, Iran. I think one is Syria, Cuba, Iran, Syria, and there's another one, North Korea. Yep, and that's how you know that those countries are demonized. All right, but Martin Luther King is here in the picture with Rabbi Jacob M. Rothschild. All right, for his civil rights movement. All right, very telling. Okay, now in this it says, in this article it says, war is profitable. The Rothschild family have funded the losers and the winners of all wars since the Napoleonic Wars of 1803 to 1815. They fund both sides so that whichever side wins, they profit. Alright, that's plain. So they fund both sides. Now, alright, and that's what they've done with this clown. Alright, Martin Luther King. Okay, now I've got a little clip here. Alright, and he knew that we were Israelites, and he actually hinted on it. And this is an old video that I did, so let's watch this.
So just as I say, we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Alright, that's enough, man. I was feeling nauseous actually, watching that and listening to that, man. Alright, he's nothing but controlled opposition. That's all he is. Oh, well, that's all he was. Excuse my bad English. He was nothing but controlled opposition, and even this picture alone shows it. All right. He worked with the top banking family, the richest family in the world, and he's getting an award from them. All right. And if you look at this thumbnail here, it says, this is from the Atlanta Journal. Starting before the Civil Rights Movement, members of the Atlanta Black and Jewish communities have worked together to fight for various social causes. See? So they've been basically sleeping with the enemy. Now, the Lord warned us about this sellout, Martin Luther King. Alright? He's actually in the scriptures. And that's how beautiful this book is, the Bible, man. Alright? But I always, as a child as well, I used to listen to his message, and I thought it was utter madness, which it was. Alright? So, with control of position is a tactic they've been using for a very long time. Alright? But the Lord, alright, has put it in the scriptures that this would happen. Alright? This is Jeremiah 23 verse 25. And remember, what was Martin Luther King's main speech? I mean, that one was quite telling. He was basically telling our people that we're the children of Israel, indirectly. He did it in code. We're going to make it to the promised land. The promised land is where? Jerusalem, city of peace. No peace over there at the moment, because the real 12 tribes of Israel are not back in that land yet. All right? But his other one speech was, I have a dream. That one day black and white will hold hands. Well, listen, you're holding hands right now, all right, with your oppressor, your enemy, and our people's mental state is worse than ever. All right, so this is Jeremiah 23 and 25. All right, I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name. And you heard what he said in that clip. He said, I just want to do God's will. Well, hang on, you're not doing God's will. But actually he is. He's doing his God is saying. Who is your God? See, that's why it's very specific in the scriptures we exalt the names of Yahweh and his son Yahushai. All right, because we know which God that we're serving. All right, when an average Jake comes up to you and says, I believe in God, yeah, but which God are you talking about? All right, so I've heard the prophets. I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name. All right, my eyes have seen the glory for the coming of the Lord. All this madness, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Who does that sound like? Who does that sound like? It sounds like him, Martin Luther King. I have a dream. All right. So the Lord is saying, the prophets that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. All right. Verse 26. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? So he was a liar. All right. And his company that he kept, proves it. Okay. Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. Exactly, man. It was deceitful what he was doing, because before that, you had segregation, right? And the only reason why our people back then was protesting for to end segregation is because all the Jake schools, the so-called African Americans, they're not African Americans, they're Israelites from the tribe of Judah. They had terrible schools. They weren't funded compared to their white counterparts. But a lot of our people back then knew who their enemy was. But now with integration, all right, with his dream coming to pass, now because our people are holding hands with the enemy, that shows you, all right, why our people are so reluctant, all right, to accept, which is facts, that they are our enemy, and the Bible states that. All right, integration has been the worst thing for us. All right, so it says in verse 26, how long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. And he's deceitful, man. All right, verse 27, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams. Yeah, forget about what the scriptures say. All right, which says never trust your enemy. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Like iron rusteth, so is wickedness. No, forget that. Just believe in his dream of holding hands with your oppressor. All right, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. All right, and Baal was an ancient deity, all right, that these other nations, I think mainly the Canaanites, used to actually worship, man. All right, and that's the problem that we've had. We keep worshipping the gods of the other nations, which are all nothing but idols. All right, so this scripture is talking about directly Martin Luther King, man. All right, and what is he, or what was he? Controlled opposition. So in this truth, you're going to have the same thing. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. It's just a short lesson to piggyback off the last lesson that I did on controlled opposition. And the bottom line is that we have no heroes, man. All right, we have no heroes. There's no one on this earth that is coming to save us. All right, other than the Lord, man. All right, other than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. No one else. Okay, no one else. And him being a controlled opposition, all right, that's the reason why he used to tell our people to do protests and not fight back. He would stand there while they would allow Judites, so-called African Americans, to go into an all-white diner, all right, and sit down and protest, and they would pour hot coffee on them, pancake mix, call them niggers, spit in their face, and he would be outside just watching, man. You know, it's incredible. All right. So the Lord did not send that guy. Satan did, man. All right. Isaiah 43 and 11. I am the Lord, and besides me there is no savior. There's no heroes. There's no saviors other than Yahushua. That's what his name means. He saves. He delivers, and he's coming to deliver his elect. So I'll leave it at that. To the next one. Shalom.